Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Betsy Bohan and I enjoy making videos on faith and family to help you on your journey all the way home to heaven. Now today I'm going to be talking about ways of wisdom in this world and how it makes a difference for you based on what God says. So I hope you stick around with me because I believe it will really help your life, and I hope you stick all the way to the end because I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. So here we go. All right, I just want your opinion here before I move on. There are those of you that have seen my videos before. Pretty plain. If you haven't seen it, it was really basically in front of here, over here, these blinds over here, which is the plant. It's because I didn't want anything to distract you. But then again, that's kind of boring. So now I have my desk base, and this is actually where I edit my videos. So which do you prefer? Please let me know down in the comments. Now we'll go on to the video, and as I said, I hope you stick with me because I think it'll really matter in your life, and you'll be able to save yourself from a lot of harm when you know the difference between wisdom and actually how to apply it. First, there is a verse in the Bible, I'll put it up, Proverbs 8:34, that says, blessed. And what that means is happy, fortunate, and to be envied. That sounds pretty good. That's from the Amplified Classic, which uses the nuances or meanings from the original language. It says, blessed is the man who listens to me, who's me, wisdom, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. Now, we know that Proverbs, and most of us will know that Proverbs is the book that talks all about wisdom. It was written by Solomon. And there are thousands of Proverbs in there, and there's many on wisdom, many on foolishness. And so in this particular chapter of Proverbs, it is telling about how wisdom, it can be found anywhere. The three things really that people do when you have wisdom is very easy here. You listen to wisdom, you watch for it, you kind of discern it. Now, how did you discern it? Wait at the end. I'm going to tell you an easy way to discern what is real wisdom and what is wisdom that will really be destructive in the end, or what we think is wisdom. So when you find the real wisdom and you know what it is, you're constantly listening for that wisdom. You recognize it. So that's number one. Then you're watching for wisdom. You're watching at the gates, at the entrance. That means places of importance, places of going in and out. You are constantly watching for wisdom, watching for wisdom to present itself to you, watching for wisdom to learn from, watching to wisdom that you can gain knowledge and insight to use in your own life, as well as teach it to your children and others. They wait for wisdom. If they don't have what they have right away, they're just going to fly off and do whatever they want. That is a lack of patience. And patience is a virtue. And anytime you don't use a virtue, you're going to end up in trouble. Wait for it at the doors. It says, for God to open the doors to us. God says, if any of you lack wisdom, ask of me, and I will give it to you. So we need to learn to wait for wisdom as well. We need to listen, we need to watch, and we need to wait for wisdom, and we need to ask for wisdom from God. Now, I want to give you, as I promised at the end, this has been just a short video, but it's very important. These next things are so important to be able to sort out what is God's wisdom and what is wisdom that is not of God. It's found in James, the book of James, chapter 3. Now it's talking about superficial wisdom. So there's a superficial wisdom. So it looks like wisdom on the very beginning, but just superficially. If you really look to what it does deep down and where it comes from, you realize it's not true wisdom, and true wisdom is only found in God. So it says in chapter 3 of James, verse 15, this superficial wisdom is not such as comes down from above, but it's earthly, unspiritual. It even puts in here like animal. But it says, and it's even devilish or demonical. It says, for wherever, now this is important to listen to, there is jealousy, envy, and contention. So this is rivalry and selfish ambition. There will be confusion, unrest, disharmony, rebellion, and all sorts of evil and vile practices. So there you have that type of wisdom. It looks like wisdom superficially, but it's not. The source is not God, and the fruit of it, or what happens as a result of it, can be clearly seen as evil and wicked. I do want to point out that it says that it's wherever there's selfish ambition. So ambition itself is not evil or anything like that, but selfish ambition, which just for yourself, you're not thinking about the benefits of anybody else, and sometimes people just step on people because of what they want. That's not. God's wisdom is couched in love. So then here we go on in James 3 verse 17 that starts about the difference between the wisdom that is God's wisdom that is in Proverbs, the books of Proverbs, and all throughout the Bible. So here we go on in chapter 3 verse 17 about the wisdom of God that's from above. How is it different? Well, first of all, the source is different, but the wisdom from above is first of all pure. It's undefiled. There's nothing wrong with it. It's pure. Then it is peace-loving. It's courteous, considerate, gentle. It is willing to yield to reason. It's full of compassion and good fruits. It is wholehearted and straightforward, impartial and unfeigned. So it's free of doubts, wavering, and insincerity. Now here's the harvest of that kind of wisdom. This wisdom that is totally different from the first kind of wisdom I talked about, which source is demons, devilish, right? So here's the harvest of God's wisdom. And the harvest of righteousness, of conformity to God's will in thought and deed, is the fruit of the seed sown in peace by those who work for and make peace in themselves and in others. That peace which means concord, agreement, and harmony between individuals with undisturbedness in a peaceful mind, free from fears and agitating passions and moral conflicts. Where do I get all that? That is the Amplified Classic Version of the Bible, which I absolutely love because it goes back to use the nuances or the meanings of the original language. So you can see in this short little video, packed full of information, there is things here that can utterly transform your life. It can certainly help you to determine what type of wisdom you're going to have in your life, and what results do you want, and which source do you want to look to for wisdom to operate in this world right now. So I hope that you've gained something from this, and if you haven't subscribed to me, would you please subscribe? If you want to comment, again, would you tell me, for those of you, do you like the background? Do you like it plainer? Just to let me know. I'm just trying to make it so it's better for my viewers. And then anything else that you might want to say. I love to read the comments, and I do comment back. Please also know that I do shorts on the weekend. I do a short on Saturday and a short on Sunday. I feel like I'm preparing a table for people to come and eat at my table and feast on the Word of God and get strong in Him. So thanks again for staying all the way to the end. And until next time, bye and be blessed.